It's October 30th. Welcome to the Oak Leaf Online, where students discuss local and national news. I'm Julian Cuerda.
And I'm Zach Tracy.
You are watching the Oak Leaf Online, the student-produced media network of the Santa Rosa Junior College.
Everyone's favorite ogre is back. SRJC Theater Arts Department is putting on a show for all ages. Based on the Oscar-winning animated film, Shrek, the musical is an irresistible mix of romantic adventure and irrelevant silliness. Join our unlikely green hero, his noble steed Donkey, and a ragtag mashup of fairy tale characters as they rescue the feisty Princess Fiona from the evil and vertically challenged Lord Farquaad. According to the director, Lara Dowling Lee, is a touching and funny show truly meant for all ages 6 and older, including grown-up college students and their families. It will be held at Marriott Korea High School Theater on November 16th through December 1st. Buy your tickets online or at the Plover box office.
In recent news, SRJC made an important announcement about the assessment testing that will be effective for summer and fall 2019 enrollment. The recent change is due to the newly enacted Bill 705 and recent research studies reflecting that the highest GPA achieved is commonly in high school years. The goal of the Student Success and Assessment Services Office is to give all students an opportunity to qualify for transfer-level math and English. Speaking of tests, the Disabilities Resources Department offers academic accommodations for students with disabilities. With more information, here are two Oak Leaf reporters.
Students come in with all different kinds of needs. They have every kind of disability you can think of. So it could be mental, emotional, physical, intellectual, any kind of disability. And those disabilities have different needs. So we're interested here in making sure that students with disabilities have the best educational experience they possibly can.
People who have a handicap parking permit perhaps, and they park there and people will give them the stink eye because they're not in a wheelchair or using a crutch, but they may have, fatigue issues or pain that we don't see. There could be all kinds of things going on, but yeah, definitely. The invisible disabilities have a lot of stigma around them.
There are things about my disability and some of the accommodations that need to be made that at first I felt a little bit bad because other people within the classroom have to have those as well. So for example, when I have captioning across the video screen, the entire class has the captions kind of blocking a portion of the video, and I felt a little bad about that. But the reality is we all live in a world where we're going to be having co-workers and clients with disabilities, and it's something that I think is important for all of us to be willing to do what we can to make it possible for everyone to have the same experience.
They may need extra time on an exam, and that's probably the biggest part of my job, is to gather exams from instructors and give students their exams back in rooms that are quiet, that are distraction reduced. A lot of students get time and a half on their exams. Some students get double time. That's probably the main part of what I do, but we do all kinds of things because some students need a bigger desk in the classroom. So you may see in your classrooms when you take your classes that there'll be some desks that are bigger, and they may have the DRD symbol on them. So those are for students that may need that.
I have an assisted listening device that the teachers wear in my in-class lessons, and that goes directly to my hearing device. and that's very helpful. It helps to reduce some of the external noise around me so that I get their voice directly. If there's any kind of an audio component to testing, they allow me to have some additional time for that. I can choose an alternate location if I need that. There's quite a few resources available. It's really a blessing to know that I've got help now.
They can be life-changing. They can be really life-changing. There's students here who, who can't use their hands, and if there wasn't somebody there that was just writing things for them, they wouldn't be able to be here. There's students who have cognitive difficulties, and they just need some time to figure something out while they're reading it. And if that wasn't available to them, they wouldn't be able to complete college. I mean, that's what we're here for, is to make sure they have the best college experience, a regular college experience that, that most of us have. That's all that they're asking. And if it wasn't for this department, that wouldn't occur for them.
What if every time you took your car to the mechanic, it had to be the dealer, and it cost about the same as buying a new car? This is what many people are accusing Apple Computer of doing to its customers. Recently, an undercover reporter went to an Apple store with a MacBook Pro display problem, and it was quoted $1,200 to fix the computer. The reporter then took the same laptop to a small computer repair store, and within minutes, the problem was fixed, without charge for simply bending a pin back into place. There are at least 17 states introducing legislation to give customers the right to repair their equipment. Other countries are also taking aim at Apple. This bipartisan legislation would reduce repair costs by giving independent electronic repair shops the access to fix proprietary equipment. You can find more at repair.org.
Jair Bolsonaro won the presidency of Brazil with 51.1% of the popular vote. During the race, Bolsonaro outraged many in Brazil with racist and homophobic comments, but gained a large following on social media. Many refer to him as the Brazilian Trump. His backers see him as a savior in a crime-ridden city. During the elections, there were more than 50 reported cases of assault to Bolsonaro opposers. One woman wearing a "Not With Him" opposition shirt had a swastika carved onto her stomach. Some in Brazil fear there are dark times ahead for the country.
Following the 2016 U.S. elections, SRJC has done everything it could do to help DACA students who suffered from Trump's new policies. More on this are our Oak Leaf reporters.
Kadimer is here to stay!
One of our student activists, Kadimer Andujar, has been called into ICE for an interview with no explanation.
Kadimer belongs here. She is from here. Are we gonna let ICE take Kadimer? No!
She's been organizing and advocating for undocumented students, immigrant students. We're concerned that she's been targeted.
Hands off Kadimer! Hands off Kadimer!
Me and Kadimer share the same pain, the same feelings of being afraid, having ICE knock on our doors and try to rip our sense of humanity away from us.
Those who want to hurt our students are going to have to come through us.
For 2.5 hours, chanting and rallying each other so that they knew inside the building that we expected Kadimer to be able to walk out and rejoin us.
So if a student comes in not knowing their status, we always recommend talking to people like Professor Rafael Vasquez. He's one with a lot of knowledge on that subject. We do have a Dream Center now, which is actually staffed by a coordinator. So that's a good place to plug in if you're an undocumented student who's wanting to know what the heck all that means.
I had in one of the interviews, a DACA student was telling me that they were very involved in the community and that they would go out and advocate and do rallies at their school. And one time they were out there, you know, like trying to get visibility at their college, and somebody came up to one of her friends and they hit her because she was open about her status and she was trying to show others that we're here, we're trying to make changes, trying to positively contribute to, you know, your society, and that's what resulted. She got assaulted, basically assaulted by somebody else. I think that's, you know, that experience really, you know, stood out to me because I hadn't heard of anybody being attacked. I mean, I knew it happened, but just hearing it from somebody who experienced that or who saw that really showed as to why I think people don't talk about it as much. Because really, you don't know. You don't know if they're going to be, you know, if they're going to be your friends, you don't know if they're going to be positive towards your status or if they're going to try to hurt you.
So for this year, I would recommend students to come and check Student Equity Office for Success Coach appointment, the Dream Center with Alma Valverde, who just graduated from a graduate program at Harvard. She has a lot of information and a lot of ideas on how to help undocumented students, but overall, just to reach out and ask for help. I think that's one of the biggest things that can affect the students' career here. Just reach out and ask for help.
On Halloween night, come to SRJC's Petaluma campus for a showing of the original Halloween movie. We are honored to have the original cinematographer, Dean Cundy, hosting a Q&A before and after the show. And nearly 40 years later, but just in time for this year's Halloween. Wow, that will definitely have you on the edge of your seat.
Kill him.
And now for the weather with Lucas McCormick.
The bus crashed.
Michael Myers escaped. He'll return to Haddonfield.
And now for the weather with Lucas McCormick.
Thanks, Zach. For the weather today, we have about a high of 79, kind of ranging from Windsor, Santa Rosa, around Fulton and Grayton. And down in Petaluma, it's going to be a little bit cooler at 75 degrees. Our weekly forecast looks like starting tomorrow, we're going to have keep going. Oh. Tomorrow, we're going to have a high of 81 degrees. Thursday is going to be 83. Friday is going to be 81. Saturday, 80. Sunday, 80. And Monday and Tuesday, it's going to cool off with a 79, 78 degrees. And back to you.
Thanks, Lucas. Now that's all the news we have for today. My name is Julian Cuerda.
And I'm Zach Tracy. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Oakleaf Online. Be sure to vote and see you next time.
This has been another episode of the Oakleaf Online, a production from the SRJC Media 19 class. That was successful.